Hello students, AS level chemistry, chapter is chemical bonding, lecture number 8. In this lecture we are going to talk about what is dative covalent bond. Dative covalent bond, it is also known as coordinate covalent bond. So I am going to tell you what is dative covalent bond, how you can define dative covalent bond, uh, what are the conditions necessary for dative covalent bond, and then I will give you some examples from your past papers that how uh, questions related to dative covalent bond can be answered. Okay, let's start. First of all, you must remember dative covalent bond, it is a type of covalent bond. Generally speaking, you must remember there can be two subtypes of covalent bond. One type of covalent bond, it is simple covalent bond, and other type of covalent bond is dative or coordinate covalent bond. What is a covalent bond? You people know very well. Covalent bond is a bond in which mutual sharing of electrons takes place. Mutual sharing means two atoms, they overlap their shells. Overlap of shells is known as mutual sharing, and this overlap of shells, it gives covalent bond formation. Now what you must remember, whenever a covalent bond is formed, always two atoms are involved. Like whether it is simple covalent bond, two atoms A and B are involved, and if there is the formation of dative covalent bond, even then there are two atoms involved in the bond formation. Now look at what is the difference. Whenever simple covalent bond is formed, before bond formation, each atom A and B, each atom is having one electron. It means the covalent bond that contains two electrons, each atom provides one electron for the covalent bond formation. So when covalent bond is formed, you can see two atoms, they overlap each other's shells, and there is an electron pair, but one electron is shown by dot, other by the cross. That clearly indicates that both these electrons are provided by two different atoms. So this is a simple indication of a covalent bond. In a covalent bond, each atom provides one electron. As compared to this, if you look at the second example, before bonding, atom A, it does not have any electrons. Atom A has an empty orbital or it has an empty shell. Compared to atom A, atom B, it would have a pair of electron. This pair of electron is known as lone pair, because right now this lone pair has not taken part in chemical bond formation. Now what will happen when both these atoms, they will overlap shells of each other. Now what difference you can notice, in this case the shared pair, the bonding pair, it would be represented by electrons of same style. It means both these electrons are provided by the same atom. Whenever this type of bond formation is shown, it is dative or coordinate covalent bond formation. And remember, whenever a substance has dative covalent bond, it is known as coordination compound or it is known as complex. Coordination compound or complex. So one thing from this example, it has become obvious. And now how you can write down definition for dative covalent bond? You can write down covalent bond in which bonding pair is provided by one atoms only. Bonding pair is provided by one atom only, but mutually shared by both the atoms. Such a covalent bond is known as dative covalent bond. Second thing, another important thing that can be asked in your exams, what are the conditions necessary for dative covalent bond formation? You must remember there are two conditions which are necessary for the formation of dative covalent bond. Condition number 1, one atom must have an empty orbital. One atom must have an empty orbital, while the other atom must have at least one lone pair. The atom that has empty orbital, it is known as electron acceptor or simply acceptor, while the atom that has lone pair, that provides lone pair, it is known as electron donor, or it can also be known as ligand. You must remember both these terms for donor as well as ligand for the atom which has lone pair, because mostly ligand, this term is used in the transition element, but you must remember donor can be known as ligand. So these are the two conditions for the formation of dative covalent bond formation. Okay, next thing, some questions we are going to talk about that are commonly asked in your exams. And the first example that I am giving you, this is a common example from your previous class, but you did not study the detail of this example. Right now I am telling you, it is the formation of ammonium ion. What you people know, an ammonium salt is formed by the reaction of ammonia with any acid. Whenever we combine ammonia with any acid, we get ammonium salt. How this reaction takes place? Ammonia combines with H of the acid to produce ammonium ion, and the ammonium ion, it attracts the negative ion of the acid, producing a salt. For example, suppose we mix ammonia with HCl. Ammonia plus HCl will produce ammonium chloride. Now remember, whenever an ammonium compound is formed, there is dative bond formation. How is that? I am showing you the dot and cross diagram for ammonium ion. Look at this. Nitrogen atom is the central atom. Nitrogen atom belongs to group number 5. It has 5 valence electrons. Now what you can see, it can make 3 bonds. So it will make 3 simple covalent bond, and it has one lone pair. That lone pair it can donate for the formation of dative covalent bond. So what you can do, on 4 sides you can place hydrogen atoms. These 3 hydrogen, they have single covalent bond, simple covalent bond, while this hydrogen, it is having dative covalent bond. Now how you can differentiate? It is very simple. As I told you, whenever a bond is having electrons of same type, either both dots or both cross, it means that is dative covalent bond. But if a bond has one dot and one cross, it is simple covalent bond. So this is the structure of ammonium ion, dot and cross diagram for ammonium ion. Now students, you can also write down Lewis structure for ammonium ion, and what you will see in a Lewis structure, simple covalent bond, it is represented by a line. There are 3 simple covalent bond, we will draw 3 lines, but the 4th bond is dative covalent bond. Dative covalent bond is always denoted by using an arrow. What is the direction of arrow? The direction of arrow is always from donor to acceptor. So now you will place hydrogen on all the 4 sides and a charge of 1 positive. Now students, you must remember whether it is simple covalent bond, single covalent bond or dative covalent bond, the bond strength, it is same. The only difference is the type of electrons. That electrons, are they provided by the same atom, or or the electrons are provided by 2 different atoms. This is the difference between simple covalent bond and dative covalent bond. But remember, strength of simple single covalent bond and dative covalent bond, it is same. Second thing, that is another very interesting information as far as your paper 1 or paper 2 is concerned. You must remember, ammonium compounds are unique compounds. They are unique in the sense, since each ammonium compound has 3 types of bonding. It can show 3 types of bonding. What are the 3 types of bonding that you can show in an ammonium compound? You must remember, this is a simple covalent bond, simple covalent bond, simple covalent bond, but this is dative covalent bond. So in ammonium there are 3 simple covalent bond, 1 dative covalent bond, and when ammonium chloride is produced, between ammonium and chloride ionic bond is present. So remember, ammonium compounds are unique in the sense that they can have all the 3 types of chemical bond: simple covalent, dative covalent and ionic. Okay, one more example I am giving you. You people can write down this example. Water H2O, oxygen has 2 lone pair. If oxygen donates 1 lone pair to hydrogen ion, it becomes H3O positive ion. This ion is known as hydronium ion or oxonium ion. This ion is known as hydronium ion or oxonium ion. This ion is also formed through dative covalent bond whenever we add acid into water. H ion, as you can see, H ion are positive. They are electron deficient because H has 1 electron only and it has lost that electron. So now this H ion can act as electron acceptor. So what will be the dot and cross diagram or Lewis structure for hydronium ion that you can write down based on the examples of ammonium ion that I have given you? Now you have become able to write down Lewis structure or dot and cross formula or dot and cross diagram for any compound, for any complex ion having dative covalent bond. So I am giving you the structure, Lewis structure for H3O, oxygen. It is having 2 simple covalent bond and 1 dative bond. You can see the direction of dative bond from donor to acceptor. H will be placed on all sides, charge 1 positive, and still oxygen has 1 lone pair. So this is the Lewis structure for hydronium ion showing dative bond formation. Now one more thing, remember, although oxygen in hydronium ion, it has 1 more lone pair, but if we provide more H ion to hydronium ion, this reaction in which 1 more H ion comes and tries to make bond, dative covalent bond with hydronium ion, this reaction is not possible. Now there are 2 different reasons that you can remember why this reaction is not possible. One reason you can remember, that this reaction is between similarly charged particle. Similarly charged particle repel each other. Due to repulsion, activation energy of this reaction is very high. So even if you provide heat, you provide energy to carry out this reaction, even if this dipositive ion is produced, when you will bring it back to the room temperature, this dipositive ion will decompose back into H ion and hydronium ion. So remember, 2 similarly charged particles are very difficult to react due to high activation energy. And second reason you can remember, one atom, although it may be having more than 1 lone pair, but to remain stable, one atom, it can donate 1 lone pair only. So this is again not possible, this reaction, since oxygen, it is not able to donate 2 lone pair simultaneously. One atom, to remain stable, it must donate 1 lone pair. That is why this reaction is also not possible. Okay students, now some more examples, some more questions from your past papers related to dative covalent bond. How the type of questions that can be set in your exams. One question, you may be given 2 compounds and you can be asked to show dative covalent bond formation by giving Lewis structure, by giving dot and cross diagram, or by giving dot and cross formula. Right now we are going to write down Lewis structure for these two molecules. Now one thing you must remember, first of all you must write down simple Lewis structure of these two molecules. Why? When you will write down the simple molecular structure of aluminum chloride, you will come to know that the valence shell of aluminum, after the formation of 3 covalent bond, it has 6 electrons. So its octet is not completed. Whenever octet of an atom is not completed, it is electron deficient. Whenever an atom is electron deficient, it can act as acceptor for dative bond formation. In this compound, in this molecule, aluminum is electron deficient because its octet is not completed. But each of the 3 chlorine atom, they are having 3 lone pairs. So chlorine atom can act as electron donor, but aluminum will act as electron acceptor. Now if you one more thing that you might be having in your mind, if you are thinking why aluminum chloride is a covalent molecule, why it's not an ionic compound? The reason is there are some metal and non-metal compounds which can be covalent due to the process of polarization. So you must remember it is possible for metal and non-metal compounds to have covalent compound due to polarization. So aluminum chloride is covalent due to the process of polarization. Next thing, if you bring ammonia NH3 close to aluminum chloride, you know nitrogen has a lone pair, that lone pair will be donated to aluminum. Now this is the complete answer for the Lewis structure between these two molecules showing dative covalent bond formation. Remember, you must show dative covalent bond so that the octet of that element must be completed. Like see the next example. In this example, you are given beryllium chloride and ammonia. Beryllium chloride, again due to polarization, although it is a metal, but due to polarization it is able to make covalent bond. One beryllium, it can make 2 covalent bond. After making 2 covalent bond, you can see beryllium is electron deficient. Why it is electron deficient? Because its octet is not completed. It has a deficiency of 4 electrons. So to compensate its deficiency, beryllium is able to make how many dative covalent bond? It can make 2 dative covalent bond. So what you will do? You will bring 2 ammonia molecules close to beryllium, one upward and a dative bond towards beryllium, donor to acceptor, and another ammonia molecule that will donate lone pair. So you can see in beryllium chloride, through the formation of 2 dative covalent bond, the electron deficiency of beryllium, it is compensated. One last example you can practice. If you have been given 2 molecules of aluminum chloride, AlCl3 and AlCl3, try to give a structure for these 2 molecules having dative covalent bond formation. But remember, in this molecule aluminum is electron deficient and chlorine, it can act as donor due to the fact that each chlorine is having 3 lone pair. Okay students, if you have written the answer for dative bond formation between these two molecules, what you must do, you must show dative bond formation so that each aluminum must have completed its valence shell. Now each aluminum is electron deficient, so you can place 2 aluminum chloride molecules like this, and a dative bond, direction of the arrow must be from chlorine to aluminum. One dative bond, second dative bond. So whenever we will combine 2 aluminum chloride molecules, there would be 2 dative covalent bond formation. So students, these are the typical type of questions that can be asked about dative covalent bond formation in your exams. If you have any question about this topic in your mind, you can write down your question in the comments. uh, I will answer that question as soon as possible. Thank you for your time. Bye.